You're rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats.
Australian rider Jack Miller is facing a difficult time after 2 disappointing seasons with Red Bull KTM. During that period, he achieved only 1 podium and struggled to adapt to the KTM bike, especially with the change to the new Michelin front tire. This situation led KTM to decide not to renew his contract, giving his place to young rider Pedro Acosta for the 2025 season. Losing his seat at KTM made Miller almost lose his place on the MotoGP grid. He even considered an offer from Ducati to compete in World Superbike, WSBK. However, at a critical moment, the Pramac racing team, which switched from Ducati to Yamaha, offered Miller a 1-year contract for the 2025 season. Miller's return to Pramac, the team he was with in 2018 to 2020, brings new hope. Along with teammate Miguel Oliveira, Miller is expected to help develop the performance of the Yamaha YZR M1 motorcycle used by the Pramac team. Managing director of Yamaha Motor Racing stated that Miller's experience and work ethic will be a valuable asset to Yamaha's development project. Miller's debut with Pramac Yamaha showed promising results. He managed to finish in 11th position at the Thai Grand Prix, becoming the best Yamaha rider in the race. This performance indicates that Miller still has the potential to compete at the highest level of MotoGP. And here's the full story. Jack Miller is facing the most decisive period in his professional racing career. After several seasons of ups and downs in MotoGP, his performance in the Pramac Yamaha team began to be questioned. Instead of consistently competing in the front row, Miller often has difficulty adapting to the YZR M1 motorbike and evolving technology, including major changes to Michelin's front tires which pose a challenge to his aggressive racing style. Miller's journey with Pramac seems to be ending sooner than expected. His position for the 2026 season is also under threat after the emergence of young names who are considered more promising for the future of the Austrian manufacturer. With this uncertain situation, many predict that the end of 2026 could be Miller's last season in the MotoGP Premier class. However, even though his future in MotoGP is up in the air, Miller is still the target of big teams outside MotoGP. One of the interested parties is Honda, which is strengthening its squad in the World Superbike, WorldSBK event. Honda Racing Corporation (HRC) is reportedly showing great interest in Miller because of his experience at the highest level and his aggressive racing character, something that is very suitable for the competitive atmosphere of WorldSBK. The offer from Honda WorldSBK is a breath of fresh air for Miller. Although WorldSBK is not as popular as MotoGP, many former MotoGP riders have had success there, such as Alvaro Bautista and Iker Lecuona. If Miller accepts this offer, he will join the serious project that Honda is building to return to dominate WorldSBK after a long time behind Ducati and Kawasaki. Even so, Miller's decision is not easy. He still has ambitions to stay in MotoGP and continues to show high dedication in every race. In several interviews, Miller said that he had not given up and wanted to continue to compete at the highest level. However, he is also realistic about the current situation. Without consistent results, the chances of maintaining a place in MotoGP are very small. If Miller does make the switch to WorldSBK, it could be an exciting new chapter. With over a decade of experience in MotoGP, he brings a wealth of technical knowledge that could help Honda develop the CBR 1000RR bike. In addition, his outspoken and passionate personality will bring its own color to the WorldSBK paddock. Jack Miller's career is at a crossroads. On the one hand, he faces pressure to perform well for the rest of the season to retain his MotoGP seat. On the other hand, he is overshadowed by the opportunity to revive his career in WorldSBK with a team as big as Honda. Whatever decision is made, one thing is certain: Jack Miller's racing spirit has not been extinguished. Hot rumors are rolling back in the MotoGP paddock. Francesco "Pecco" Bagnaia, the main star of the Lenovo Ducati team, is reportedly considering a surprising move, moving to Yamaha next season. This news surfaced after rumors circulated that the relationship between Bagnaia and his new partner at Ducati, Marc Marquez, was starting to heat up. Although there has been no official statement from Bagnaia, a number of inside sources say that the atmosphere in the Ducati garage is no longer as harmonious as before. Marquez's dominance and strong aura is said to have made Bagnaia feel that he was no longer the center of the team's attention, a shift that made the two-time world champion start looking at other options. Yamaha, who are rebuilding their MotoGP project, are said to be interested in Bagnaia as a key figure in their revival. The connection between Bagnaia and his former teammate, Fabio Quartararo, is also predicted to be a deadly combination on the track. Responding to these rumors, Jack Miller, who is now in the Pramac Yamaha uniform, spoke up. Pecco's former teammate expressed his views in a casual but sharp tone. Pecco moved to Yamaha? Interesting if it's true. But in my opinion, he just needs a little time to adapt to the new dynamics at Ducati. But yes, if he feels uncomfortable with Marquez, who can blame him? Everyone knows how big Marc's character is in whatever team he is in, Miller said with a smile during the interview session. Miller also added that Yamaha would benefit greatly if it really succeeded in recruiting Bagnaia. He is a smart, fast racer and has winning experience. If Yamaha can give a competitive bike, Pecco can immediately tune in. And hey, who knows, we can reunite again, this time wearing blue, he added with a laugh. Right now, all eyes are on Ducati and Yamaha waiting for the next step. Is Pecco really going to leave the Italian manufacturer that has taken him to the top of the world, or is this just a behind-the-scenes pressure game to ensure his position remains strong in the team? On the other hand, the shocking news is that Pecco Bagnaia is seriously considering leaving Ducati and joining Yamaha next season. Not without reason. According to several reliable sources in the paddock, Pecco's discomfort since the presence of Marc Marquez in the Ducati factory team is the main trigger for this potential big move. Cooling relationships in the Ducati garage. Since Marc Marquez's arrival at Ducati, the team's internal atmosphere has reportedly changed drastically. Marquez, with his myriad of titles and charisma, brought a new dynamic to the team that was previously solid under Pecco's leadership. Although officially there was no open conflict, various body language and expressions in some paddock moments showed tensions that could not be ignored. Bagnaia himself gave a diplomatic statement when asked about his new partner. Marc and I are two riders with strong characters. Of course there are differences in approach, but we remain professional, Pecco said in a post-race interview at Jerez. However, internal sources say that Pecco feels that his position and influence in technical decision-making is starting to shift. The technical team that used to focus entirely on him has now begun to share their attention with Marquez. This made the 2022 and 2023 world champion feel that he was no longer the king in his own house. Yamaha opens wide doors. Seeing a great opportunity, Yamaha immediately moved quickly. After several seasons of slumping and only relying on Fabio Quartararo as the spearhead, Yamaha wants to rebuild their era of glory. They realize that this project cannot only rely on one racer. According to leaked information from the Le Mans paddock last week, Yamaha has held preliminary talks with Bagnaia's management. Their offer is reportedly quite tempting, both in terms of finance and Pecco's central role in the development of the 2026 version of the YZR M1 motorbike. If an agreement is reached, this will be a very significant strategic step, considering that Yamaha is also said to be negotiating to return to being a team with full technical support from Europe, in order to catch up with technology from Ducati. Jack Miller opens his voice. One figure who knows Pecco's character well is Jack Miller, his former teammate at Ducati and now defending the Pramac Yamaha satellite team. In an exclusive interview session, Miller gave a casual but meaningful comment. Pecco to Yamaha? I'm not surprised. Honestly, I know he is a person who really appreciates the stability and loyalty of the team. But if he feels uncomfortable at Ducati because he has to share the stage with Marc, it's only natural that he looks for other options, Miller said while sipping his energy drink. Furthermore, Miller added, A Yamaha is a big team. They are on the rise. If they can sign Pecco, it will be a strong statement. I'm really happy if I can be in the same family with him again, this time in the Yamaha paddock. And yes, maybe this time I'll give him a slipstream, he said with a laugh. Miller also poked fun at Marquez's racing style, which is often in the spotlight, even within the same team. Marquez is an amazing rider, but he also has a way that is unique when it comes to the internal team. Not everyone fits in. And Pecco? He needs space, he's a calm leader. The combination of two characters like that can sometimes be a time bomb. What's Ducati's next move? Ducati itself has not issued an official statement about this news. However, MotoGP observers say that losing Pecco will be a big loss for the manufacturer from Bologna. Pecco is a symbol of the glory of Ducati's new era.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Casamigos to the face, baby I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on that tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs.